Hello everyone, it's Sandra, and today I wanted to do my makeup featuring some newer products that I have been incorporating into my routine and giving you some quick reviews, some thoughts on these newer products that I've been testing out. I'm going to start by dropping my lip balm. I'm going to just put on some lip balm because my lips feel very parched. I'm loving this Ilia lip balm. It's the Ilia Lip Wrap Reviving Balm. It does have like a hint of like a minty scent, so if you hate mint, this will not be for you. But it has this nice cooling ceramic applicator. It's not a lip plumping product by any means, but it just delivers long-lasting moisture, and I've been enjoying this a lot. It'll be nice to just let this marinate. So the first new thing that I've been playing around with that I wanted to mention is the Chantecaille Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. Now this is a very similar formula to the Chantecaille Bronzing Face Tint that I mentioned back in the summer. What I like about it is that it has a very lightweight gel moisturizer texture almost. In a world where so many of these, there are so many luminizing products on the market, but I find that most of them are more catered or better suited towards normal to dry skin types. This is one of those luminizing products that is very combo oily skin friendly. It just delivers like a lightweight boost of hydration. It also contains a lot of skincare ingredients, and then it just has this nice like soft finish. I really hope that they expand this range and give us more color options. I actually don't mind this in this jar packaging. I dislike the packaging of the foundation and the bronzing tint more. I find that because these are more pigmented products, it's a bit more messy, but this, for some reason, the packaging of this doesn't bother me as much. You can use this as a primer, you can use this mixed in with a foundation, or you can use it on top of your makeup as a highlighter. I personally don't love it on top of my makeup. I find that maybe I just use more makeup, because I find that when I put this on top, it tends to move around the products that I have underneath. But I think if you are a very minimal makeup, like you don't wear a lot of foundation, you just kind of spot conceal as needed, and you're more into that minimal look, this will be nice as a highlighter on top. But I have been enjoying this either as a base all over the face or mixed in with foundation, and I've been really back on my Makeup Forever foundation bandwagon lately, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be mixing 1 pump of the Makeup Forever foundation with a little dollop of the Chantecaille face tint, and this kind of makes the Makeup Forever foundation more of a fall and winter base. It gives it a little bit more slip, a little bit more luminosity. Is this product a must-have? No. I think there are so many other products on the market that do a similar thing, and you probably have something very similar in your collection already. The one thing that I enjoy about this particular product is that it is lighter. It's not going to give you like a gilded glazed donut complexion. It's a bit more subdued. It's because a lot of the products that are on the market that do this, they all are quite oily, and this is not oily. So I think if you're somebody, like I said, with somebody with more oily combination skin, and you're looking for like that lightweight luminizing product and you're not happy with what you currently have, it might be worth checking out. As you can see, the Makeup Forever foundation usually gives me like a soft matte finish, like a satin matte finish, and as you can see here, because I mixed it in with the Sheer Rose skin tint, it gives me more of a luminous complexion, but it's quite subtle. So I've been liking this. Is it a must-have? No. Is it a nice-to-have? Yes. For concealing, I'm going to use the Merit Minimalist Complexion Stick. I bought this last month, and I really enjoy it. And I have to say, it does work nicely as an all-over foundation product, but I've been enjoying this more as a kind of like a spot concealer on my face. The texture of this product really reminds me of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's really nice. So I have this in the shade Linen, which is a bit light for me at the moment, but it blends in really easily. I kind of like to use this more towards the center of my face to just brighten the center of my face and add a little bit of coverage. I don't love it under the eyes. I find that under the eyes, it looks a bit heavy for me. I felt that way about the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer as well. And this brush I've been really loving for concealer. It's the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. It's like a smaller version of the BK Beauty 101 brush that I love for foundation. It does a really nice job at blending and diffusing concealer. And as you can see, like one of the things I like about this Merit complexion stick is how seamlessly it blends with the skin. You can really build it up or sheer it out very nicely. It's a very versatile product, a great product to have on hand if you are traveling. That's the reason I bought it. You know, it didn't go against any liquid restrictions in my carry-on luggage. I have a zit in the middle of my forehead. Maybe tomorrow I will turn into a unicorn. How are you all feeling about beauty sales and the Sephora sale this year? I feel like last year I got more into it. This year I'm really not that excited. I think when I was living in Canada, it was a lot easier for me to get excited about the Sephora sale because a lot of the brands I could only really get at Sephora, and I always hit VIB Rouge. Ever since I moved to the United States, I have not been VIB Rouge. The discounts for people that are not VIB Rouge, like one year I didn't even make it to VIB, which is like 10% off, barely covers the sales tax. Depending on the brands that you're interested in, unless you're VIB Rouge, the Sephora sale really isn't that worth it. Like I said, it was a lot more worth it for me when I was living in Canada because there wasn't as much competition. But in the United States, you can get better deals a lot of the times from just the brand websites directly or any of the other multiple retailers that are running competing sales. And most of those other retailers or the brand websites directly will give you 20% off or 25% off right off the bat. You don't have to be, you don't have to spend $1,000 a year with them in order to get that discount. Okay, I think I've done all I can do with the unicorn zit. Kind of have mixed feelings about the Sephora sale and beauty sale season in general this year. Curious to know how you're feeling about it. I always love to know what people are planning on getting, what people are excited about. Finding out what's in people's carts is still the one thing that I look forward to every year, and that's something that the Sephora sale, it kind of has a leg up in that sense because we've been doing it for so long, especially here in the beauty community online. It's like a unifying event and that we all get excited and we all kind of talk about what we're planning on getting. Is it really worth it for you anymore? Are you mainly shopping at Sephora? Have you diversified your beauty shopping? I saw that Sephora is now launching in the UK again as well. Let me know how you're feeling. I'm still gonna do my top 10 Sephora finds video. I feel like that's a nice fun way to just share my top 10 favorite beauty products that I've discovered this year that you can get at Sephora if you're interested. And I'm also going to let you know what's in my boring Sephora sale cart. It's not that exciting this year. I'm going to just do my usual under eye corrector, the Sisley. The funny thing is, like, most of the beauty products I'm using in this video are not available at Sephora, but I'm talking about the Sephora sale. This product is still, like, this is a holy grail under eye product for me. Another product that I've kind of rediscovered and fallen back in love with is good old faithful NARS Creamy Concealer. I have this in the shade Creme Brulee. It's funny because I took a break from it. You know, I used to use it consistently when it first launched. You know, I used it up and then I strayed, started trying a whole bunch of different things, and fast forward a few years later, I went back to this. And now I just appreciate it all over again. Like, this is still such a good product. Now let's just hope NARS never discontinues it. Now I'm going to set the under eyes with the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. I have this in shade number 3. This is still my favorite setting powder for under the eyes. It has subtle light reflecting capabilities. It's subtly brightening. It's super finely milled. And this shade number 3 has like pink and peachy tones, which kind of help a little bit with color correcting under the eyes as well. But in a pinch, I'm also really loving the Westman Atelier powder. This is the Westman Atelier Vital Skin pressed powder. This is great all over the face. I like this under the eyes. I like this all over the face. And I keep referring to this as the setting powder for people who hate setting powder because this is completely imperceptible on the skin. It just sets your makeup beautifully without it looking like you have powder on your face. And especially, you know, leading into winter, during the colder months, our skin tends to get a little bit drier, a little bit more dehydrated, but you still want to set your makeup in place. I usually just use whatever's at the very top of the container for the Givenchy powder, and I'm just pressing it into the skin with a Rephr 18 brush. Now I'm going to use the same brush with the Westman Atelier powder, and I'm just going to set mainly my T-zone. Let's do some blush, and I have these new products, new to me. They're not exactly super new products, but they're the Make Beauty blush sticks, the Heat Stroke Dewy blush sticks. When I was in LA last month and I met up with Becca's son, she brought me a little bag of some Make Beauty goodies that she had doubles of, and I'm so grateful that she did that because it enabled me to try out some stuff from the brand that I had been meaning to try. So we have these delicious dewy blush sticks. These are dewy, so they're definitely more of like a fall and winter blush color for me, but they actually stay on my cheeks. The color actually stays on my cheeks throughout the day, and it's dewy but not like super greasy or heavy or anything like that. This shade has been my most used. This is the shade Toasted, which is like a, you know I love these colors. This is like a bronzy blush type of shade. I like to just put some on my hand, and then I take my brush. This is a Rephr 04 brush, and then I just stipple it on to my cheeks. Definitely more dewy than the Tower 28 blushes. They don't feel uncomfortable on my cheeks at all. Really easy to build, really easy to blend. It's a great one and done cheek color because it kind of just looks like you have bronzer and blush on at the same time, and highlighter because it has a dewy finish. So it's super easy, super user friendly. I haven't experienced any breakouts or clogged pores from it or anything. Like, look at that juicy cheek. She also gave me the shade Slush, which is more of a cool toned mauvey pink. It's really pretty, and I'm actually going to mix it today. I'm going to use it on top, at the tops of my cheeks, to introduce a little bit of pink. These mix really nicely too, and it's always fun to mix around. Like, you don't have to get new cream blushes for this. If you have more than one cream blush and you're kind of craving something new, try mixing the two colors you already have. She also gave me the bronzer. This is the Skin Mimetic bronzer in the shade Dune. And I'm not going to use this today because I'm really happy with this cheek situation. But I have to say that this bronzer powder is like, the texture of this bronzer is unlike any bronzer texture I've experienced. It's a powder, but it's the least powdery powder. It is like silk. And if you are in the market for a bronzer that is a matte bronzer, but it's effortless to blend and it just won't be powdery at all on the skin, highly recommend checking these out. They have a whole bunch of different shades. I think this is the third. This is kind of like in the middle. They have 2 shades that are lighter than this and 2 or 3 shades that are darker than this. Now let's move on to eyes. The Chantecaille eyeshadow quad from the fall collection. This is in the Cougar colorway. And if you follow me on Instagram, I've done a couple of reels showcasing this. And this is just a really good everyday neutral to slightly cool toned quad. It is great if you usually are into warmer tones, but you want to dip your toe into cooler tones or things that are more neutral. And if you don't have anything that kind of fits the bill, this is a great product to try. But if you already love and have a lot of neutrals, a lot of cool tone palettes, if you have the Natasha Denona Glam palette, for example, or even the Glam Mini palette, you don't need this. Like, you can achieve any of the looks you could achieve with this product. You can achieve it using the Natasha Denona Glam or anything along the same vein. I am a Chantecaille stan. I love these eyeshadow formulas. They're just really easy. It's easy, it's effortless. I'm all about the sheer buildable layers, especially when it comes to eyeshadows. I love the fact that there's nothing too metallic or shimmery in this particular quad. It's very daytime appropriate. It's just a really nice, like, work appropriate quad for fall and winter. It's not like the quad you reach for if you want to get creative, if you want a lot of different variety of looks. This is just like a good everyday go-to quad. My personal favorite type of makeup. I'm just going to take a big old brush and I'm going to dip it into this beige shade and apply it all over the lid. And then I'm going to go in with this gray shade mixed in with this mauvey shade, and I'm going to apply this combo in my crease. If I were to just use that gray color in the crease, I feel like it would be a bit too harsh. But these just blend and mix together so effortlessly. Then I'm going to take this darker bronze color, which is the shimmeriest of them all, but I would not call this a metallic. It's just a buttery satin. If you guys remember the Giorgio Armani Avant Premiere quad, I think this is discontinued now, but this is like the more dramatic sister to this. They kind of complement each other in a really beautiful way. This is definitely more intense. If you have the Avant Premiere and you wished it was a little bit lighter, Chantecaille Cougar is a nice companion. They kind of remind me of each other. I love this so much. Again, I'm not sure if this is discontinued. I'm having trouble finding this in stock, but it's one of my favorite single shadows. It's the Giorgio Armani Ice to Kill Stellar in shade number 2, Halo. And it's just a really good, cool toned, gray, taupey eyeshadow topper. I just wanted to give this some love because it's a favorite and I haven't been reaching for it in a while. Oh, I really love the way that this makeup is turning out. I'm going to add just a little bit of this cool toned brown liner. This is by Caliray. It's the shade Secret Spot. I'm going to just tight line with it and then just do a tiny bit of it at the base of the lashes. I'm just gonna go in and fill my brows with my NYX brow pen. I use this in the shade Ash Brown, and then using my Kosas Air Brow in the shade Soft Brown to brush them into place and add just a little bit more volume. This is still my favorite brow gel. Tower 28 mascara. Love this mascara so much. What the heck? Let's do a very light dusting of the Make Beauty bronzer. It's so wild. It's like, it behaves like a cream, but it's a powder. It's so cool. So I'm just going to gently kind of drape this all around. It doesn't take away any of the shine. It's amazing. I don't have a new lip product to show you, so I'm just gonna go in with Lisa Eldridge lip liner in the shade Fawn. For my lipstick, I'm going to take Byredo Earth Dust. This is an oldie but goodie. This is one of my favorite nude lipsticks. For me, I love this so much, and I'm just going to dab it on. It's quite intense in terms of pigment. And here is the finished look. Accidental smoky eyes with the Chantecaille Cougar Quad and Giorgio Armani Ice to Kill in the shade Halo. Love everything. I love how the Chantecaille face tint gave the Makeup Forever foundation just a hint of luminosity, and I've just been so happy to use this foundation more. This is still so good. It's so good. I was super tempted to get a new foundation, super tempted by the Haus Labs foundation in particular. So why don't I just try to achieve that look by mixing two things that I already have? And this is, again, it's gorgeous. If you want something luminous and soft and subtle without feeling greasy or heavy or cloying, check this out. But if you already have a lot of luminizing products in your collection, you don't need it. Like, you can achieve the same look by just mixing one of the luminizers you already own with a more long-wearing semi-matte like satin finish foundation, and you will be good to go. The Make Beauty stuff, I've just been so happy with it, so impressed. Becca had also included one of the Serum Balm Intense colors that I didn't get to use in this video just because this is like a very bright, like pigmented, glossy red. This will be gorgeous for a holiday look, but the formula of this is so delicious. It's super moisturizing. It literally is like a super pigmented liquid lip balm. Interested in getting another shade, maybe like a nude that I can just throw on every day. I am kind of at capacity with lip products right now, so I am kind of trying to rediscover some oldies and work through what I have before I buy something new. Super happy with this look. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the color combinations for my darker hair. Anytime I go from light to dark or dark to light, I feel like I have to make some subtle tweaks and changes in the way that I do my makeup. Let me know what you're currently loving. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.